Yes. How we feel? No. How we feel? It's so good to see you all. My name is Mutulu. I'm a member of the Malcolm X grassroots movement, and it is my job to welcome you here tonight and to help you all, collectively, all of us understand that we're here for a celebration. And if the drummers didn't make that evident, I want to be explicitly clear. We're here to celebrate a warrior, freedom fighter, a father, a hero, a teacher, a lover, and so many more. I have the fortune and honor of wearing a number of hats. The other hat that I wear is that of a board member here at the Dr. Dave Chavez and Malcolm X Center. So on behalf of the staff and the board of the Chavez Center, we welcome you. For those of you who may not know where we are, this space is called the house that Betty built. It was once known as the Audubon Ballroom. To my right, this marker with the flower and candle marks the spot where our beloved Black Shining Prince was martyred. So it is not a coincidence that we are here celebrating the life of our beloved Dr. Mutulu Shakur in the place where our beloved Malcolm X was assassinated. It's not a coincidence. We wanted to make sure we brought it full circle. Okay? So what I'm going to do is introduce the hostess of the evening. I'm going to get out of the way, but I want to remind you that we are among family tonight. All right, and as family, we're going to ask y'all to do some things also. So at the end of the night, don't run out here. We're going to ask y'all to help clean up also. All right? But I want to right now invite my sister, someone I have known for most of my life, if not all of my life, who is an activist in her own right, who is an author, who is an organizer, cultural worker, happens to be the niece of our beloved Dr. Mutulu Shakur, and is my comrade and friend. Please help me welcome Aisha Babafini.
Wow. Okay, so we are here for a celebration. Y'all heard what my brother said, right? So we're not going to be sad. We are here to celebrate the life of my uncle, my godfather, Dr. Mutulu Shakur. My name is Aisha Tio Bafani. I am the daughter of Ahmed Bafani and Falani Balafuri. So I'm here representing all of my line and all that means. Right now, I'm going to ask my auntie William Trinidad to come up. She is going to pour a libation. Y'all bring it up. Some applause. Yeah! Come on!
Hi, everybody. Beautiful faces. I just want to explain a little bit of what a libation is in our tradition. I have Lukumi, which is a Cuban form of practice from Nigeria. Basically, a libation is in honor to our ancestors, okay? Those who came before us, on whose shoulders we stand. But we always start with the creative force. So we say we praise the creative force. We praise the ancestors, we praise our parents, we praise our leaders, we praise those who we would not be here without. So I will do it in Yoruba. Ojuba lofi, ojuba kolo tumaremo, ojuba olobo, ojuba iya losha, ojuba para losha, ojuba ashida atienda, ojuba iya kebiri, ojuba baba kebiri, aya di mo baba di mo di aya di, iba ye toru, iba ye is we salute all those who are in heaven now. Iba ye Ruth Lord, iba ye Charlie Lord Senior, sure. Iba ye, you say Ashe, iba ye, whatever comes to you. Ashe means all the power. Shirley Lord Senior. Ashe. Ibaye Shirley Lord Junior. Ashe. Ibaye means I greet you, I respect you. Ibaye Dolores Porter. Ashe. Ibaye Edith Smith. Ashe. Ibaye Saladin Shakur. Ashe. Ibaye Lamunga Shakur. Ashe. Ibaye Saeed Shakur. Ashe. Ibaye Wakil Shakur. Ibaye Shaheen Kibar, Ibaye Geronimo G. Jaka, Ibaye Asma, Ibaye Fulani Sunni Ali. Ibaye Afeni Shakur. Ibaye Tupac Shakur. Ibaye Yafe Fula. Ibaye Abdul Majid. Ibaye Ahmed Obafemi. Ibaye Nahanda Abiodun. Ibaye Mahmoud Lumumba. Ibaye Yakisi Sorry. This is hard as my name. Ibaye Yoruba Sunni Ali. Ibaye Sadoki Amira Khan. Ibaye Mutulu Abiodun.
Known and unknown. We say Ashe. Now we will have the flag presentation. The IO and Kitamala and the New African Scout Organization.
Free the land, family.
Free the land.
Free the land.
Free the land.
By any means necessary.
Necessary.
All right. So the youth are going to come forward and do our flag presentation on behalf of the New African Scouts. The New African Scouts organization is the youth arm of the Malcolm X grassroots movement, the New African People's Organization, of which Mutulu was a founding member. All right. So our flag presentation.
New African Scouts, attention! Attention! Ready, march! Forward, march! Ready, halt! Left face! New African Scouts, salute! 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 Attention! Attention! Left face! New African Scouts, march time, march! Forward, march!
Okay, as a conscious citizen of the Republic of New Africa, we do have to recite the New African Oath. So I will ask that you stand, face the flag. Raise your right fist and repeat after me. For the fruition of Black power. For the triumph of Black nationhood. I pledge to the provisional government of the Republic of New Africa and to the building of a better people and a better world. My total devotion, my total resources, and the total power of my mortal life. Free the land! Free the land! Free the land! By any means necessary. Straight ahead. When we say straight ahead, y'all say like Mutulu said. Straight ahead. Like Mutulu said. And now I'm going to bring up my sister Ayo Song tribute, Ella's song.
Hey, y'all, I didn't know it was coming back so soon. I'm telling you. All right. All right, so we're gonna sing this together, y'all. Ella's song. They said, what? If you know Sweet Honey in the Ground, then you know these lyrics put together by Dr. Bernice Johnson Reagan. She took the actual words of Ella Baker, one of our freedom fighters, one of our renowned freedom fighters, and she put those words together into a song, right? And let me sit my thumb now. And this song, like so many other songs, became a movement song, right? If we meditate on Dr. Mutulu and we think about the 36 years that he served behind the wall, we know that he loved this song. And as you listen to the song, you can imagine why. Because we who believe in freedom cannot rest. All right, here we go. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. I used to say this. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. There y'all go. Until the killing of white. Until the killing of black men, black mother, son, is as important as the killing of white men, white mother, son. There you go. Freedom cannot rest. Stay with me, y'all. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. That which touches me most is that I have a chance to work for people, passing on to others that which was passed on to me. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. We young people come first, they come first. They have the courage that we bear. And if I can just shed light as they would carry us through the air. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. The older I get, the better I know that the secret of my going on is in the razor in the hands of the young who dare to run against the storm. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. Are y'all resting? I know y'all would love. Let's go. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. There you go. I need
I would like to ask that you all acknowledge my family. You know, as the children of revolutionaries, the children are often left in the background, and not on purpose. I'm not trying to single anyone out or, say anything out of pocket, but it happens. Because the person, the revolutionary, becomes the name. And so you may not remember the children who are left behind when that parent is on the ground, when that parent is behind the wall. So mom was behind the wall for damn near 37 years. And so I would like to ask that you acknowledge his sister, Aunt Sharon Howard, who's here. She's going to come up and speak later. Her daughter, Nicole. His wife, Howard. My cousin, David. My cousin, Cheyenne. My mother, Minnie. And my cousin, Howard, is on his way to the airport. I just wanted to acknowledge it because this is who we're doing this for. It is to celebrate the life of my uncle, but also to acknowledge the loved ones, as all of you who are sitting here. I just wanted to bring light to the family so that you know who these people are. You remember their names and you pray for them just as much as you pray for my uncle, because he's in a better place now. We don't want to hurt him. Okay? We're here. He's good. He's done his work, and now we continue to do the work, and we must continue to do the work. Straight ahead. Straight ahead. Like Mutulu said. Straight ahead. Like Mutulu said. Now I'll bring up Dr. Akadele Umoja for the AWOL ceremony and solidarity statement from the African People's Organization and Malcolm X Grassroots Movement.
Stop touching the mic. I was never a rapper, Y'all, you and Pop didn't let me do that part. But, we're here today to celebrate the life and contribution of one of our greatest warriors. Our greatest warriors. That pure resistance I got to remember when we talk about people like Harriet Tubman, Ida B. Wells, right? Nat Turner, Demar Vesey, Martin Lady. Mutulu's name has to be elevated. And in African tradition, who elevates our ancestors? It's us. We got to call their names, right? We got to salute. We have to remember and celebrate the life and the contributions of Dr. Shakur. They're great and many. And I think Aisha's sitting over there because she know I can talk to Mutulu if be over. So she there to make sure I don't go too far. Okay, but Mutulu, I won't talk about me and Mutulu and how I know him and all that, because again, but Mutulu, in terms of the New African People's Organization, Malcolm X grassroots, some people ask, damn, how Mutulu helped found it? And he was in prison. Or, no, he wasn't in prison. He was underground. He was underground when it was founded. Now, before he went underground, he brought many of us together because he wanted, and those y'all know Mutulu, he's always about bringing people together, variety of different people, and he was trying to understand how come these folks here, like some of the names you know, like Baba Shokwe, Lumumba, how come they're not working with other people on the West Coast, and maybe we could be more stronger if we're together. Unfortunately, during that process, he had to go underground. And so when he emerged again, he was able to reaffirm his support for that process. So Mutulu, for us, is one of our ancestors for our organization, along with Ahmed Obafemi, Freedom Land, along with Sister Nahanda Abiodun, Freedom Land, along with Iyakamani Suhi Ali. All of these people we recognize as ancestors. Sister Faye Shakur. She would never remember, but I used to tell people I would run to a damn wall. Faye told me to run to a damn wall. You know what I mean? She was that powerful and charismatic. And so one of our traditions in the organization is this 8-bowl ceremony that recognizes different aspects of life. And I just hope maybe I better come over here and she set them up, make sure I'm not pulling up the right thing. And the family has done this. That's what I'm ready. This is what we want. Representing, we have 8 elements that represent different aspects of a person's existence on this earth. So the first one we have is strong drink. When we did this in Atlanta, we poured it in here, it's gone. Right? So people told me Mutulu didn't drink. Well, maybe he changed that policy. So we asked him to take the strong drink. What does strong drink represent in this ceremony? It just represents the power that comes from your ancestors. You know, you can look at Sharon over there. And if you knew Doc, you could tell they came from strong people. Strong people that came from the continent of Africa. Yeah. And so you can just let them take, go ahead, go move. The next substance, very good. Interesting. The next substance we have is honey. Now, most of us are here because of sweet times we experience with Brother Mutulu. These children come from them sweet times, right? The sweet times, so help me out here. For the sweet times, we asked the family to take some Kenya Court celebrating sweet times with Brother Mutulu. I remember when I met them, they was a young couple then, come to visit us in LA. Now, this one's lying. Okay. Now, ancestors teach us that everything in the universe has its opposite. So you have the sweet times, but you also have bitter times. So we have line for the bitter times. And let's keep it real. Wasn't everything all good all the time with us with Mutulu? I had an argument or two with him myself. You know, but for those bitter times we experience, sometimes when we talk to young couples, we don't tell them, you're going to have some struggles sometimes, but it's all right. Just remember the sweet times. The next substance we have is salt. And salt represents two things. One is consistency. And I remember Mutulu used to always talk about, and those y'all know him, I know you've heard this. We gotta be predictable. We can't be fly by night, but our people gotta see us be consistent. We have to be able to deliver. Dr. Kakai, you know, when they was up there in the clinic, he wanted Banner to run like a well-oiled machine, right? So for that consistency, we have to solve. But also represents another thing about Mutulu. Mutulu, like I said, was flexible. He brought together a lot of people from a lot of different movements. I just a week or two ago, I was with the partner of Julio Rosado, Puerto Rican independence movement, and I told her about Mutulu passing. She said it was Mutulu who treated Julio when he was going through health problems. You know, Mutulu trained people who were Asian, New African, and white folks. He was flexible. He wasn't very static in terms of what he was trying to do. The next substance we have really represents Mutulu. It's cayenne pepper. Represents hot and critical times. Mutulu is accused of being a part of a conspiracy to arm our people against white paramilitary organizations. Did y'all know that? And he was trying to prepare people, if what the FBI said is true. I wouldn't have no knowledge of such things. But that he was trying to prepare people for what we experiencing today. What we see today, he was trying to prepare people for what? High and critical times. He was aware of that. The next substance we have is water. And Mutulu, the water disappeared just like the gin did last time I put it. Right. But what was Mutulu, one of his main things? Health. He was about health. But remember, those of y'all who listen to Fela said, cool water has what? No enemies. Okay, Mutulu was also about humanity. Okay, so that cool water, now see Bo taking that cool water, the cayenne pepper, he chugging it down. Okay, but the cool water represents that coolness that comes. The next substance we have is African palm oil. And Mutulu, it represents being two things. Before our people were captured and brought here, before what Marimba Ani calls Ma'afa, right? One of the things we traded was palm oil. So to represent the institutions we need to build, what did he do? He built that. You know, he's building self-defense units. He's building other stuff. So for that institution building thing, Mutulu was about, you taste the palm oil, but also it's about, again, Dr. Kakai, good health. Okay, it's a medicine. So when thinking about Mutulu as a medicine, let's speak in a positive way to uplift his spirit, right? And uplift his family in this time. And finally, we have coconut. What does coconut represent? It represents spirituality, the spirit world. Mutulu was very spiritual. And it's a trip. I knew Mutulu before he went to prison, but I got a chance really to interact with him, even though I wasn't incarcerated when he was in the Atlanta Federal Penitentiary, and I rise and myself and other people went into that penitentiary in Coleman, Florida. And one thing about Mutulu, he would have, of course, the Muslims, he was Muslim, but he would have not only Sunni, but the Nation Islam there. Then I would see him roll with the Christians. Then when the Rastafarians had something, Mutulu was all up in the mix. The prison asked us to come in and bring somebody who was dealing with traditional African religion. Mutulu was up in there too. It was all about, again, unity, but it was about what? Spirituality. He was a very spiritual man, so we asked him to taste that coconut. I don't want to belabor myself any longer, But I just want us to remember all these elements of Dr. Mutulu Shakur, and it has to not just stop here with us, but go from generation to generation to generation. Free the land! 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 By any means necessary. Straight ahead!
And now I'm gonna ask my family to come up. My Sharon, Small, Zinga, Cheyenne, Rahini, and hopefully the others will allow.
Y'all gonna put up something off the back to them.
You know he did it in LA.
I saw it on Instagram. Hey, tell me.
Free the land. 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 By any means necessary. Straight ahead. Oh my God, there's so many other things. So many. Some I can't repeat it. You know me, all right? First of all, I want to acknowledge Mariama Lloyd, the wife of Chernow, we call her brother. Who love for me is now, I was thinking about saying this, I was thinking about, oh my God, they're together again. They're together again. So thank you, Mariama, for supporting Chernow, for support this uncle the way that you did and your family. Thank you so much. And that's what I really want to say is thank you to everyone. Thank you to the Malcolm X grassroots group. Thank you to the Republican of Africa. Thank you to RAM. Thank you to the Scouts. Thank you to there are so many people over the last 37 years who supported Mutulu and in ways that his family did not even know how to do. I just want to say thank you for all of the individuals, for the collective organizations and the individuals that took the time to visit him, to write him, to raise money for him, to do so many things. There's so many people that we don't know. Like AK was saying, Mutulu crossed so many boundaries. He knew and communicated and interacted with so many different types of people, different colors, different socioeconomics, different, races and nationalities. So that's one of the things he taught us all too. Is that we're family. He was a black man first, let's not mistake that. All right? But he understood that we are all family. We're in the human family. And that all y'all, even you people who are white, are black. All right? You just go back 30,000 years. So, I just say that. Two things. One, Mutulu's, I don't know, some of you know, okay, first of all, Mutulu. Mutulu means one who will show you where you need to go. That's what the brother's name means. It couldn't be more appropriate. Mutulu. Shakur means grateful. Grateful, thankful, which we are. And I pray that we as still in our children, in the children of our comrades, that we have to be grateful at all times. Grateful. And we mistake so many of the wonderful traits of gratitude and different things that we have counted as weak are really sometimes our greatest strengths. So we got a lot of thinking to do. We got to think about these young people, y'all. And some of us need to have conversations with our children that go back 30 and 40 and 50 years. So I just want to encourage that. You know what I mean? No judgment, but it's time. It's time to clear up some things. Don't come talk about you don't know why your children act like they act, why they do what they do, but they like look in the mirror. That's why they do it. It might look different in their generation, but when you break it down to the common denominator, it's the same thing. So just remember that. The other thing, a few days before Mutulu passed, in between the time his mother's passing and he passed, I woke up this morning, I knew, as I do often, there's a song in my heart. And so I'm singing this song. I live out in a country environment. Out there's ponds, there's squirrels and raccoons, and by horse farms. We got like 35 horses in this state, so there are animals and there's nature all around me. And so that day I woke up and this song was just in my heart. I was out in the garden, I was singing this song to the trees and plants all morning. And when I went inside, I called Mike, and I said, Mike, turn your phone on speaker. Let me sing this song to Mutulu. And when later on that day, Sharon called me, and I told her about it. And what she told me let me know, see how the Spirit worked, that was their mother's signature song. I had no idea of that. And so I'm just grateful that she showed up through me, because Mutulu didn't know that his mother had passed before he passed. He did not know that. So I'm grateful. You see how the Spirit is always working with and among us, y'all, if we're paying attention in little ways that we discern. We so often look over things, moving so fast and having attitudes and letting our emotions get in the way of our gut, our spirit. So I'm gonna do this song, I'm gonna try to. I'm just gonna do one verse, and y'all can do it with me if you want to. Lord, thank you. This is Sharon, Mutulu's sister. Oh Lord, my God, when I know some wonder, consider all the worlds I have made. I see the stars, and I hear the rolling thunder. Your power throughout the universe is displayed. I got you. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art! Y'all don't stop. How great thou art! Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art! How great thou art! And there's one more thing, and y'all have to do this, and I'm gonna step back. We've been getting chills on this. Y'all can see.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Byron, they rabbi, take out from the merchant ships. Almost after they took God from the bottomless pit. But my hands were made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? All I ever had, redemption song. Woo! Redemption song.
Thank you to my wonderful sister-in-law. Talk about my brother who was incarcerated 37 years ago. He's been with me throughout my lifetime of 37 years also. And just like a rock, my daughter was small, and we all just stayed as family, communicated with each other. We might not see each other often, but we love and communicate and stay. communication, which Mutulu always wanted with his family. It's hard, I want to say, number one, I want to say thank you to everyone. Cannot name you by name, but I know all of you through my brother, through years, that he has been incarcerated for 36, 37 years, but I have heard from him every month, every other month for 37 years. I have not actually touched him and seen him all that often. I visited many times through the years, but it just seemed like he was just in another state. And he calls me once a month, check on mom, check on me, check on my daughter, check on my family. We have our family reunion every Labor Day weekend. Labor Day weekend. And so I immortalized my mom and my brother this Saturday past at the family reunion. It was wonderful. With this family, everybody was able to get together. And that's where he called every year, everybody line up to talk to him. Okay, and this is how many years? 10 to 12 years? Everything, yeah. So, I want to say that, I'm just walking in glory, you know? When you do all that you can do for your loved ones, for your friends, every day, day by day, year by year, when things like this happen, when you lose a mother and a brother within 10, 12 days, and you standing on your feet,
Yes.
you know that you lived a good life and you was good to them and they was good to you. So remember that I have no regrets. You know, I honor both of them, okay? So I want to say that y'all keep up your spirits, you know, help me to continue on my journey. Okay, you know, I want to leave this pulpit with a dry eye. So, thank you.
Power to the people. I love y'all. You can't forget love. That's what, how you should cause me down. We just some loving ass people, excuse my French, in the house. I also want to thank everyone. I mean, there's so many people, Lumumba, Monifa, Micaiah, Judah, Margie. I mean, there's so many people, and I hate to do that because I don't want to forget nobody, but this has been hard. It's been trying, and without the help of our friends and family, and Mutulu's friends and family, a lot that we didn't even know. We're grateful. Take your time. We have done like 3 memorials for Mutulu, and this is the last one, so the finality of it all is kind of hit me, but he's still with us. He's still riding with us. We want to be straight ahead, focused. Like Mutulu said, straight ahead. Mud and water. It's also mud and water, big thing. We're gonna get it done, but it's hard in the beginning, but we're gonna smash through. We got the love of each other. That's very powerful. And so I just want to say thank you, and I'm out.
Thank you guys for being here. Malik, to the grandson. I'm sure most of us know what room we're in right now. You know, the history that weighs on today kind of lives today as well. But more than anything, I don't have a lot of room to speak on the young man. I'm still learning a lot. But my grandfather, I'm sure somebody said this today. I came in late and I apologize, but so my grandfather could turn a prison yard into a university.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Mutulu was always great, but young men need help to be great. And he received that help from the root of our family tree, Shakur, and he gave that to so many other young men. And I see a lot of young men in this room right now. I'm a very young man myself, and I see a lot of wives, brothers, who've been through a lot, who gave a lot, done a lot. And my last days, moments with my grandfather, I watched him go, as was my responsibility too. He gave everything to me, and that's all I ask for the men in this room, to give to the other young men in this room and outside who aren't great yet, but with your guidance and Tulu's guidance, they will be great, and they will make everything that happened in this room 50 years ago and today worth it, you know. I appreciate you all for lifting my grandfather. Thank you.
I'm gonna be real quick, no. I just want to extend a thank you. It takes a tribe, and it took all of you and many people who aren't here as well to continue to support and love and lift you up, and that's what kept him going, and that's what keeps us going. So I just want to thank you all for being a part of our tribe collectively. Blood and water, y'all.
Blood and water.
I'm sending my gratitude and thanks. I'm Cheyenne, Tu's granddaughter, one of the Tu's grandmothers. And he was just beautiful. He is beautiful and he carries on. He was a connector spirit. He was a networker. And every time, the first times that I would really get to know his personality and cherish him was through phone conversations we would have and just call. We only had a few minutes. And I would immediately grab a notebook, grab a pen. There's always a name, a place, something I had to write down and try to connect the dots. And he's still doing that today, bringing all of us together. So I love him, we love him, to Shakur.
I want to thank everyone for being here. I thank everyone for all your support, always supporting him throughout these years. And one thing about my uncle, he always was about family. It was always about support, no matter near or far. Every time I speak to him, he say, "What you need, Nick? You need." I know you always had someone I could either call or connect with, and he always makes sure that happened. Even with my children, he was like, "They need things, you let me know," and then I'll let whoever know, and I always appreciate that. He was always, there for my mom, and when he couldn't be there, he found someone who could be there for her to whatever she needed to, help her or help her. They was always there for each other, even with him, okay, and stuff. So I just always appreciate it, always felt his love no matter what. Thanks again for everybody. Thank you.
in the interest of time, letting you all know that food will be served, it's starting to be served in a few minutes. Because we do need to be out at 8:30, but we will continue the program while that's happening. And so right now, I want to introduce Rev Love.
Yeah.
All right.
Peace, family. My name is Rev Love. Some people know me as Nataya. I feel like this is such a moment over here. I don't really want to talk over this. All right, friends and family. Let me just say that I can confidently say that my life would not be what it is today had I not met Mutulu. Most of the people that I know in this room, I know through Mutulu. I moved to New York City not knowing anybody, and Mutulu connected me with Dave Queen. And so that just opened the whole world to me. So like I said, my life would not be what it was if it weren't for Mutulu Shakur. So we come to July 7th, and I get the news. I'm a musician, and I've gained so much from Mutulu that if the least I can do is make a song for him, that is nothing. That is just like one little inch forward of what I can pay back to what he has done for just me. And I'm just one of thousands of people all over the world that can say that about Mutulu. So I sat down at my computer in the studio, and I started making a track. And later that afternoon, a political prisoner whose identity we're going to protect at the moment, he called me crying because he had heard the news. And we shared a cry about the loss of our great brother and mentor and friend and Baba. And it reminded me of all these times that Mutulu was consoling me through the years. And I'm like, this man is in dire situation. I'm out here living my life free, and Mutulu was comforting me. And so it was a flashback to that. And this political prisoner whose identity we were protecting, he said, I wrote something for Mutulu. I want to record it. So he called, we arranged, he called at a later time, and I held the phone up to the microphone, and we recorded his poem that he did for Mutulu. A couple people got to hear that. One of them was Baba Bilal Sunyali's daughter, Madaya, who's I think on the live stream, thesis. And she played it for Baba Bilal. And he said, I want to be on this, I gotta be on it. So they arranged for him to go to the studio and add some beautiful, beautiful flute to the track. So right now we're going to play, not the poem, but if you can just stay tuned for the poem, which is the first part of the song. We will show that eventually when we learn some more about the political prisoner. But we are going to play Baba Sunyali's part, Baba Bilal Sunyali's part. And I might just ask, as we listen to this beautiful music, do this meditation, and let's send some healing energy to Bilal and to Baba Sekou, who are Mutulu's brothers, who are both unable to be here right now. So, Judah, please play the track. Peace and love, family.
Give it up. That's my daughter Lau on the studio. I said. Continuing on with the program, I will ask that you stand to give this brother, the brother of my uncle and my father, and so many other people who spent 49 years behind the wall. Suniata Cole. Stand up, y'all. Stand up. Give them a round of applause. Let us feel your love. Thank you, Father. Thank you. Thank you, Father. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you. Okay, so as you heard, or may have heard, my uncle Shakur is watching the live stream right now. Could not be here. But I visited him this morning in Muhammad King. He's in great spirits, sounds good, looks good. And my uncle Kakai actually saw him as well. So I'm going to play his message that I recorded. And I'm going to ask my Uncle Chewy up here because this is their segment, Brother's Word. So I'm going to play Uncle Shakur's message.
This is Shakur, as you love, in the recording this message from the New York hospital, where I am struggling to fight on the new African.
Okay, y'all. We just stopped.
smarter than I. Mutulu Shakur was a giant of his own. He don't know nobody apologize for his mistakes. He knows he don't need nobody to praise him for what his work. He knew it. But we gonna praise his work. And that's what we're gonna praise him by carrying it on. We're gonna go forward with it. We're not gonna step back. The struggle continues. From now into the fruition of the new African nation, where we stand, take our position among other African nations of the world. We know what to do. In this world, we want to emulate the best of Mutulu. Long live Mutulu Shakur. Long live his spirit, his words, his action, his motivation. He always pushed. Everybody that knows Mutulu know he put in work. Straight ahead. So I say like Mutulu. Straight ahead.
Like Mutulu.
Mutulu said,
He was a whole person. It was flesh. He was spirit. He was mental. He was it all. He was a whole person. Don't even matter. Muslim, y'all. He loved God. He loved God. He loved people. He loved his family. And we were all part of his extended family. So he loved us all. When I say he loved his people, I mean, he loved his people. He was ready for the fight. I used to travel. So then and say, I need you over here for the health side. I need you over here for the political side. He wanted to be everywhere. That might have been other service. But it was he had more energy than anybody else. And around him in the morning, and they wanted to get through the name. And God was looking. No. It was a phenomenal. Yes. Phenomenal. So phenomenal. Healing. It's about to change your life.
Ashe. Thank you so cool. Love you. Love you, Ashe. Love you. Thank you.
Read the land. I just like to say that's an honor to all those who made the decision, us, doing all the trials, doing all the grand vistas. I'd like to give honor to Nakaway, taking on the children, all the grand vistas, mothers, that you took the children in, supported them, along with Buddha. I'd like to give honor to y'all. I think it was very beautiful. That this one of the things that we should always do is do the same thing we have done before. Support each other. Because we're family. We're family. And that's what family does. Family helps each other. I'm honored to be part of some strong warriors. Some of those who gave their lives in sacrificial service to their people. We got to be honored to them. But like I said, we understand that the spirit can't die. Because the ancestors are always with us. There's a parallel word, a word we see and a word we don't see. But they're there with us. So we don't even have to worry about anything, because the struggle still continues. It don't stop because they went behind the veil. It still continues. So we have to be able to continue to do the work that needs to be done, and continue to do the work. I just want to make sure all the children, grandchildren, everybody, start working together and do the same pattern that we did. We brought them all together, and we live amongst each other. No matter where they were, where they at, we all one. I don't want to take much time because I know we run out of some time. I like that straight ahead.
Thank you. Okay, I think we checked earlier, but I wanted to make sure that none of the mentees are here before I continue on. John Harris, Keith Pollock, Cecil Simmons, or Supreme. Okay, that's what I checked. Come on, John. So this is one of Doc's mentees, John Harris.
Hey, Dr. I met Doc when I was about 21 years old, and I had 50 years at the time, and 21, I was 21 years old, yeah. And I read about 800 books from that day forward. Yeah, that's right, that was just like, and he just kept sending them to me, because I stayed in the host, they didn't trouble, kept sending them to me. I see a couple of people in here that saw us in the penitentiary that was visiting them. And shout out to y'all, man, because those are some of the best days of our lives. People at Georgia, the black, Dr. Abinelli over here, DJ Alras. I seen this earth before back there. A couple of people, man, y'all helped change our lives, man. We really appreciate that. And Doc was the string and we was the bridge, and we wore it together, man. He was developing the singing this, and they were saying on the outside, he kept saying, amazing. And when I saw him, he took that deep breath. He was like, yeah. Yeah, and I'm telling you, I felt that because I was with everyone who get up. He would run 20 miles. He would run all the way to the house. They would open the doors. He would come out, run, wouldn't eat, run. And then they would be locking us down, close the doors, and he would go in, and then he used to work out in the city and come out to the shower. Talking about cold, and was older than everybody. Yeah, so man, it was a beautiful thing, knowing that. And the question, really hurt, but he changed my life. I helped change, I helped find a new get a GED. I had a clue, but that was a one thing. Yeah, and they easily want to God help. I had to really teach them through grams and I'm sorry, it's crazy. I had to teach them through grams and pounds, unfortunately, but it works, you know what I'm saying? But I came from Doc, you know what I'm saying? I was one of those branches. And it's me, and it's like thousands of us that he touched, and we done touched thousands of people. You know what I'm saying? Like I came home and changed my family, you know what I'm saying? And it's a lot. So, it's a lot that he did that a lot of people don't know about. A lot of strength that he helped kids. Like I said, I had 50 years, and I came home after 18 years. He was a part of that. I studied law for about 10 years. He was part of that. So, it's a lot. The thing was, one thing about Doc is he stopped wars a lot, and he didn't stop them through force, he stopped them through words. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of racial wars, killing all, there was a lot of tension within certain faculties. And Doc would just come down and talk to people, one word, you know what I'm saying, a couple of phrases. I never seen him do nothing negative with all of the stuff that he went through, all of the time he got shot down, all the time he was denied parole. I never seen him do nothing negative. That is crazy. I'm talking about, we was amongst the lions,
talking about that old school. He never did that. He just was positive. He just pushing that agenda. Classes, and everything was opening up, and he just kept pushing, and he had the hope of a lot of people. It was that Malcolm X grassroots movement, a lot of other people that was coming through, and like I said, it was a beautiful thing. So can't let it die. Gotta keep pushing, and all hell to you.
Thank you, John. Next, representing the family and friends of Mutulu Shakur, Auntie Nakare Cuevas and Marjorie Navarro. Give it up for them, y'all. They've been doing this work for many, many years. Many years. They're joined by my cousin Tyler, who's here. Tyler Shakur. Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of love in this room. There's a lot of love in this room. I am so honored to be representing family and friends of Dr. Mutulu Shakur. He started out when he first went down, and the group was started by Chairman Lloyd, his uncle. So the ancestors, Chairman Lloyd, the group started the group. And I also wanted to honor his ancestor, Jordan Tate. In the beginning, he used to come down with us, sit by the kitchen tables, fundraising letters, and then Sid Wilson. Sid Wilson stayed with us for quite a while. And that ancestor did a lot of work with Mutulu. He always used to say, we need a war chest. We need a war chest for when he gets out. And let me tell you, all of you that sent in donations and love, I mean, he had that war chest when he came out. So I want to just deep gratitude to everyone that sent him letters, books. He started getting herbal medicines in the mail, vitamins, I mean, you name it. People just poured the love, to him. And it was just so touching, to know that so many people loved him. It was food, people bringing food to him, just love, pure love was what I felt when he came out, I was able to stay with him for a little bit. So, family and friends went through a lot of changes. As you see, I'm an old lady, so when social media started to come out, we had Margie here that came on board, and she really took it over. The website, I started the website by going to Dawn downtown, and I learned how to make a website, and then Margie came, and that was it. Everything took off as far as social media, legal. She just helped so much and so many things with Mutulu. She was amazing. She loved Mutulu. Now let's just talk to you. And Tali came. If you see his face, does he look like somebody that you know? And Tali came and helped us a lot with his clothing. When he came out, he wanted to look sharp, so he got Tali took care of all the clothing. And so, with fundraising that we did, he was able to come out and be comfortable. His family took care of him, excellent, and he received, he was able to live his life. The time that he got out, he really had a wonderful time. But short story, we went out to eat because he loved Indian food. So he ordered all kinds of Indian food, and then the check came, and it was $60. He said, no, it's $60. I said, yeah, times have changed. And then with the cell phone, Siri, we have a time with Siri. We could hear him in the bathroom. Siri, call, blah, blah, blah. Siri. We had a time with Siri. So it took a while touching. It was really touching to see him loved by so many people. So just really a lot of gratitude, for everyone through the years who went to visit, sent letters, sent donations. It really helped us. We were able to send a commissary every month to make sure Mutulu got commissary. So you were able to send those donations, and we were able to, whatever he needed, we needed money for his family, for his mother, we made sure with what time, with community aid development in Atlanta, between the two of us, we made sure that the funds were there. So just a deep, deep gratitude for everybody that, that showed so much love to for so many years. And that love fed him. He fed all of that love. So thank you.
Listen, everybody, I would like to thank everybody for coming out. This is a beautiful event right here. Uma and the whole crew that helped put this together, very nice. Let's give them a round of applause. I see a lot of familiar faces out here. It's like it's a family reunion. I ain't gonna lie. Brother Charles Barron and I'm not even gonna start naming names, but I'm not trying to forget anybody, But you can't forget the big gray apple back there. Blessings to you. My father, our uncle, our nephew, it's hard. It's hard. This situation right here really holds deep into a lot of our souls. And the trials that the immediate family really had to go through from the day that he came home all the way up to this present time, it wasn't an easy travel, He's been through a lot, and we pray that he definitely would have been on this earth much longer than he has been. But the blessing to it all is I believe, and I know that he's going to live through all of us. Because so many people who come up to me and tell me so much about my father, a man that I've been known for a beautiful 10 years, and I had to learn a lot about him through brothers like Scrap, that have been in the trenches with him. And he had raised this man in the way that he would have raised any of his other sons or daughters, So I salute you, Scrap, for blessing me with the wisdom that, that he had infused with it. So salute to that. When I tell you, by me becoming a Shakur, it's a long conversation, but this will be taken at a different time. But I would like to thank my whole family in front of us right here for embracing me and, accepting me into the fold. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. And I hate to say it, I don't hate to say it, it is what it is. It was COINTEL's fault. And the reason why it is, because that's the reason why my mother kept me out of the loop. And I think that was unfair, but the great affection Shakur made understanding understood to me. And when I met her for the very first time, it blew me away because she said, she first looked me up and down and sniffed the side of me. I don't know why. And she grabbed me close. It was me, my sister said, and my wife at the bar, at our boathouse. And she sat me down and said, listen, when you go back home, tell your mother you love her and you forgive her. I didn't understand why she told me that because I never had a conversation with her before. So when I asked her, why are you saying that? She said, your mother has been one of the strongest ladies underneath the rap for all these years. So I said, okay, I will, but at the same time, I never knew who my father was all these years. I was being told somebody else was my father. A man I never seen before, I never heard his voice or nothing. So I just thought that I was dealing with a deadbeat father, until time came to where I unfortunately had to do 60 years in prison myself. When I came home, had my life in order. I'm on my way to work, and a man on the train sitting a little bit across from me, and he kept staring at me. So the first thing in my mind is on the defense side. This dude get up, it's going to be on. And sure enough, when my stop came, I stood up, this man stood up. I clenched my fist, and when he came close, he said, "Excuse me, sir, are you Dr. Shakur, son?" And in my back of my mind, because I heard it growing up, like, hey, you look just like Terrell, and isn't that Terrell? And all that, and then it started then, you look just like Mutulu, and so forth, so on. So that was in the back of my mind. So I told the gentleman, I was like, "I'm sorry, sir, I don't know the man." So he just shook his head and disbelief. So I went out to the train, walked to the right. I was about to go up the stairs. Somebody told me to turn around. This man is still in a crowded platform looking at me, shaking his head like that. So I said, that's it. So I went up the stairs and called my mother. I said, "Mom, well, I never met my father before." She said, "Oh, you never met?" Then she said the person's name. I said, "Have you ever introduced me to him?" No, I couldn't get up with it. We just running around. I said, "Mom, let me ask you a real question I want to ask you. Is it possible Dr. Shakur was my biological father?" She paused for a second. She said, "Yes, son. Yes, that is your father." So I got my proposal together, because I'm never disrespectful to my elders or people, period. So I said, "Mom, I'm not going to stop until I find him." So the travel begun at that time. I went to work. When I went to work, I asked the receptionist to look up his name and send it to my office. So he looked up the name, she looked up the name, he said, "Ty, got it." The address was there, my notepad, the paper with the lines on it was there, and I just started writing. I didn't tell him that he was my father. I was telling him about the family that I grew up around, and towards the end, I asked, "Is it possible that you might be my biological father?" He wrote me back less than a week later. He said, "Wow, I found my son. Yes, here's the family names and numbers. First on the list was Afidi, next was Mokri, next was Cedra, the next, the whole list went on, And I started reaching out, and sure enough, I wasn't calling Afidi first, but in my mind, I was like, wow, I was a little too nervous to call Afidi. So I said, let me call Seth. I called Seth. As soon as I called her, she was like, "Wow, okay, yeah, we know who you are. Mommy got plane tickets for y'all to come out here, you and your wife." So that's how the family reunion started. And then I always wanted a big brother in my life, right? Always wanted a big brother. Now I got my brother. Mokri, that's right. And when I got the letter, I didn't. When I got the letter, I was saying this real quick. When I got the letter, I was too nervous. I couldn't read it. I called at that time with my friend, which is my wife now. I told her, "Hey, I got the letter back. And then I went over there to her, and she read it to me. And when she read it to me, we both started booing and all that stuff. But the story goes much deeper than this, but for the sake of time and respect to everybody else, I'm in it here. And when I tell you, I appreciate everybody for the support that I gave to my father from the first day all the way up until now and the future. We truly appreciate y'all. So thank you. Thank everybody for coming. Thank you.
The legal team, and over the years, many lawyers worked with us, long hours, and ultimately helped free Mutulu. And so I just want to shout out a couple of them. Brad Thompson and Mark Hyman were there at the end. And also shout out Ronnie and Glenn, who were also on the legal team.
Thank you. Thank you. Give it up, family and friends of the Mutulu. Okay, in the interest of time, I'm gonna call the next people up, and I'm gonna ask that one of them make a statement on behalf of all of them. Dr. Walter Vasquez Del Rio, Dr. Kokai Patton, Oyewanda Trinidad, Dr. Shabiki Kennedy, Rita Cordova, Ron Cortez, and Kyla Lay. All of you that are present, please come up to the podium. Thank you.
Walter.
Women predominate. I think that if we all have one commonality, it's institution building, which is very much what Mutulu was about. Whether we're reading 5 points, which he was instrumental in discovering with water, okay? And it was very much like Mutulu. He had a son, his son got sick, Yuri told him to go to Chinatown, he went to Chinatown. He said, what is this, what is this? And he went investigating, and then they started, et cetera, developing this 5-point program. Institution building, okay? When they were kicked out of Lincoln, they started school. Okay? Institution building, no institution is built by one person. Okay, so you had Mutulu and Walter and Richard Delaney, and then when Banner, it was Richard Delaney. Richard Delaney was the main teacher. He was my teacher. Okay, I was part of the first graduating class, as was Jackie Howe and Susan Rosenberg. We were the part of the first class in Lincoln Daytimes. Then when they were forced to close Banner, okay, anger, really was only about anger. Anger and injustice voted me to do something very, very stupid, which is to start another school. No! Of which me was going to graduate. So I was going to graduate. But I couldn't have done it myself. Institution building. One day, Jackie Howe comes. Jackie, could you stand up, Jackie? Jackie Howe. I was there. I'm not going to do this. Jackie walks in and says, I'll help you. And we did it. Okay? Institution building, we were also helped by teachers like Roman Bay Jones and Molly. I forget Molly's name. She did the anatomy and physiology. Institution building. Okay. There were other institutions. I was involved in numerous addiction programs. Okay, as a director, as a worker, as a trainer, institution building. Okay. One is key to one point. Okay, he's one of the directors, and he always he's not a denier that Lincoln started the whole thing, which is very, very important in today's world, because we know there's always co-optation, okay, and the whole thing was co-opted by Michael Smith. That's another point of history, which is not important for us. And then the institution building, so at the Peace Center in Brooklyn, very, very important. 33 years. Institution building is like, an institution has to be financially stable. We have problems with that. Okay? We have a lot of feeling, a lot of anger, a lot of justice, but when it comes to finances, that is not our main story. So often our institutions fail, as did ours. We just got burned out. We got burned out. But that doesn't stop us, because in Spanish we have an expression that says cuesta arriba, pero caminando. It's uphill, but with people walking. That's right. Institution building, St. Anne's Church, where we had a community clinic, and that was held by Natty Beverly Hutchinson, Morgan Castro, Esther Martel, institution building. All volunteers. Everybody in charge of that is volunteers. Institution building is the Salud y Agricultura para el Pueblo project in Puerto Rico, which used the Lincoln model as its inspiration, and it now serves as giving public health to a country that has no public health services. And right now they've closed a number of hospitals. If you can imagine, all the hospitals have to be closed, this is what's happening in institution building, Rita and I started the staff in New York. Okay? But not alone, we had Yolanda Castro, Jackie Ventura, Christian Aponte, Sonia Baltazar, Paola, Ray Italia Perez, institution building. Okay? You go on, you go on, you go on. So this is, to me, the most important. We are like the children who were too theoretically. We have inherited what he started. Okay? It has been my rights and names, so I'm forever, ever grateful to Richard. Okay? But more also, it allows us to put in our little grain of sand. And we know what a beach looks like, right? We can look at the little grain, but a lot of little grains, folks, into huge. Okay? So we go on, we go on, we go on. And Banner has not ended. Banner continues. And Banner will now start not only advocacy, but starting a whole new model of training the fight on agriculture. Okay, that's our goal, Banner. Okay? With the legacy of Mutulu and to bring it forward to today's world.
Good evening, folks. I've been with you before. He was a teenager. He was 19 and I was 21. And that's when we started the agriculture collective at Lincoln Hospital, and the rest is history. Not exactly, but if I ever finish my work, this is also part of it. So Mutulu and I created the agriculture collective, the agriculture clinic, the agriculture school, and while we incarcerated, they actually helped reestablish Banner. So Dr. Kai, she's around in LA, so we're officers of Banner now, and we're reestablishing it. And it will be part of Dr. Shakur's legacy. So I thank you, it was a pleasure, and I have a lot of history, so if you have time, I'm going to tell you a couple of stories to tell you later on.
Give it up for the health activists. We have a little bit left of the program. I do want to thank everyone, because this is, as my cousin Mo said, we've been calling it the Celebration of Life Tour. So I think my uncle too always wanted to be on tour. He didn't get to tour with Pop and Mo, but he has been on tour, guys. We did Atlanta. We did LA. And now we're here in New York. We're starting it off. We're in our game. I want to thank my cousins, my family for giving me the honor of hosting all of these. It has been my honor and my privilege. I will say that I am emotionally spent though. I think I realized it yesterday, like I was playing from Atlanta, I was like, wow, this is a lot. But I wouldn't have it any other way. So I'm thankful. You're safe. Yes, and my sister, Princess Medaya, she is on live stream, she got a round of applause, but she has been the orchestrator. She just told me what to do. She's my little sister, but she wrote, she made it all happen. Thank you, we love you. Okay, so now I'm going to ask Hallelujah to do this beautiful poem. Beautiful poem.
It's a blessing to have you and family. We are honored to thank you for all your being in the Northwest Extra Center on Carlos Cook's Way. Deep gratitude to your family. Deep gratitude to your family. You have gotten me and probably everybody in this room through the toughest start. And straight ahead, stay persistent, love, gratitude, life. So, thank you. Long live Mutulu for the safety. I wrote this on the bus to Atlanta for his memorial event. Fly free, Mutulu, fly free, Mutulu, fly free. Soar high, Mutulu, soar high, Mutulu, soar high. I Mutulu, soar high, Mutulu, soar high. So alive, Mutulu, alive, so alive, Mutulu, alive. Long live, long live, long live. Fly free, Mutulu, Ubuntu. Ubuntu, Mutulu, we are because of you, Mutulu, fly free. Rest assured that we will forever be fighting for freedom in the RBG, healing community, loving collectively, fly free. Go on now, soar. We'll forever be you when the concrete lions roar. They can't hold your body no more, and they sure can never hold your soul. We love you, and we will never forget all the years you stood straight spines, stiff neck, while many others bend and fold for a check, stiff resistance, no repentance for standing tall, for taking what's yours, for taking what's ours, for taking back what the shit we stole. Never gave us reparations for the land and gold, and they always do try to kill the concrete roads without knowing that we are mighty seeds. More resilient than weeds, beneath the concrete they use to sever earth from our feet. Mama Earth always embraced me. Reasons why they hate me. Because even on the ground we stay free. A body is a body and a soul is a soul. Stiff resistance. Never buckle to the lies they told. Children are the ones that knew we could fly, singing spirituals and hymns, invoking that which never dies. We don't die, we multiply. Like Cherry Fred Head said before they shot his head, you can kill a revolutionary, but you can't kill the revolution. All their oppression, freedom is the only solution. Children of the earth and sun, resisting all pollution. So look for us in the whirlwind, strapped with a machete and a Yazbit. Our ancestors still holding us, full for a strong grip, like a failing, flying free, reaching all that we could be if we stood up for each other and we stood up for love. What you won't do for love. You tried everything, but you won't give up. Dr. Mutulu, one of the greatest there ever was. I'll look for you like the sun shining bright rays above through the rainstorm, and keep our eyes on the rainbow like Sister Asada, who is blessed to see the stars and moon since you went in and got her. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. So fly free, Mutulu, fly free, because we will forever be rainbow coalitions and RBG, proud Pan-Africans like Garvey, fly free. Because Uncle Moore was still at the Schomburg waving free the Panther flag, the Republic of Blue Africa, literature, fist bump, and free the land. Brother Shep got Black August all the way to the end of July. Every single day is black. 365 at the People's Church, taken over by the young boys at Lincoln Hospital so we could work
and Symbiota and Sekou still holding up a day to teach all the cubs about what Panthers really mean. Malcolm X grassroots still teaching the youth, Walter Bosquet and Leo still training acupuncture fan, Dr. Ura Joanna Trinidad and Sat in healing forever stand. Anna working to keep our people sane, and Juan Cortez working hard getting more students trained to help our brothers and sisters keep the drugs out of the brain, because you know, we still fight drug wars and still money poor, but our spirits know better, because you and your comrade wouldn't let up stiff resistance straight ahead every single day. Oh, the soldiers came to win, we didn't come to play, so fly free, Mutulu, fly free. To mountaintops your physical never got to see. Spread your love in every waterfall you see, for you are life. And gave us courage to stand tall against adversity and strife. Salute Tupac Amaru and Thugs Mansion. Pray you can see us loving you with great passion. Shakur, the grateful. So grateful we are for you, for liberating our brains from the chains and the noose, for loving our people, even the strangest of fruit. Ubuntu, we are because of you, so fly free and rest assured, we will do what we do. Freedom or death, Guatemala, still the call of the rules. Cimarrón, ganamos con todo el corazón. Alante, Mutulu, alante. Fly free, you'll feel your warmth in the sun rays and your kisses in the breeze. So high, Mutulu, so high. For one day, we will all be together and fly. But for today, give thanks and praise to all our soldiers on the other side, sending our wings with wings of freedom that will never, ever, 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 ever die.
Okay, next I'm going to bring on my brother who has done so much work for political prisoners and the community and continues to fight, Honorable Charles Barron. Give it up, guys. Give it up.
Black power, black people. It is indeed a humbling honor to be here before you. But I must say this, that we can best honor Mutulu by making revolution in America, in our lifetime. I had the honor of being with him on several occasions. One was in the Atlanta prison. He never, ever talked about what are you going to do to get me out. He always talked about what I should be doing to make sure that there's no longer a plantation in America when he comes out. He was a revolutionary, an honorable revolutionary. So the only message I have is that I'm going to make a commitment to his son, because that's what he asked me. He said, one of the things that bothered me so much in the movement, that we have to take care of his children. He was very, very straight about that. Sexual, his children. And that's all he ever talked about. So it was indeed an honor when I was able to bring my son, Jawanza, and he said, my son, that is the most impacting meeting and conversation he's ever had in his life. And he spent 2 hours with Mutulu. So I think that we gotta make this place better. We can have all of this, but if we get reparations and we're still on the American plantation, if we free political prisoners and they come out on the American plantation, this is something that we must address. So if we stop police brutality tonight, and there's still an American plantation, then we have not done what our ancestors, our political prisoners of war are asking us to do, and that's to fight the revolution here in America in our lifetime. In our lifetime. I know about passing the torch to the next generation, I want mine now. I'm 72 years old. I'm going to be 50 more years. I'm going to die at 110. So I still got time to get mine now. Now. I want mine now. Shakur Vega, Herman Bell. Come on now. Beloved folk, you know we love our political prisoners, but we have to do our job. We have to do our job. They said, Charles, why are you in the electoral arena? Well, because that's where power is. That's where power is. So if anybody has control over the institutions in my community, then I want to deal with you. I want to deal with you power to power. The reason why we got 4 letters for the political prisoners to be released, I went to, oh my God, the Negroes up in Albany, and the Negresses that is with them. And I said to them, we have to put some letters together to send it to the parole board to free our political prisoners. They said, Charles, but what did they do? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Well, what did they do? It doesn't matter. They served 30, 40 years of quality time in prison. And the only thing parole should judge is their time spent in prison, because they can't change the initial crime. As a matter of fact, for some of them said, and what they did initially was right too. And we're just talking about getting them out because they did well. So I was honored, people said, oh, Charles, when you get into an electoral arena, Mutulu always taught me, be you. Do you, man. Don't let nobody stop you from doing you. My wife, and I'm also known as Mr. Inez Barron, my wife is my partner in struggle. Every time I go out to do something, I said, I'm going to do this, or should I do that? She said, do you, baby. Just do you. So when we get into electoral arena, we got to be revolutionaries in the electoral arena. If we be doctors or lawyers, be revolutionary doctors, revolutionary lawyers. Teachers, be revolutionary teachers. Speakers, know when to stop speaking when the person gets up. To say, it's almost time to end it, so I should have Mr. Shakur and all of the political prisoners, or whatever, backwards and ever, free them all. Free them all, 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 by any means necessary. Thank you, Honorable Charles Mary. To close us out, I'm going to call Brother Naeem Muhammad.
Relay. All powerful people. All the believers in the house, that's so Lincoln. Elders. Mutulu's incredible family. Y'all are so blessed. Despite everything he went through, and you went through with him, you could have had a black man on this earth to call your father. You hear me? Now, I don't know why I got to call me and my little crazy ass to come behind somebody like Charles Barron and close this thing out. But I'm going to try. You know, from the street, you're supposed to see the setup coming out there. Well, what an honor to be set up in this way. Spiritual person that I am, and poet that I am, I'll close in this way. Everything you've heard, seen, done, and been touched by this great spirit and real human being of a black man is a reflection of a particular Orisha in my knowledge of it. And don't get silly when I say Ogun. Because I know the black children is going to grab them and shed it. Yeah. But a wise man told me that Mutulu is also transformation. Look at how many transformation stories you heard today. And you know, it's been touched all these years for how this man walked on this earth. Every space he entered to transform. Because that's what revolutionaries do. That's what revolutionaries do. If we go back to our original tradition, back in Kemet, when our ancestors gave us the highest culture in the world that crackers still can't figure out. The first giant of the Netters was somebody called Heru. Crackers say hero. Right? Heru. In the face of adversity and deception, Heru took charge and took down oppression and resurrected and put pieces back together that represented the spirit of his father, who represented the dignity of his people of his time. And then finally, those of us who are Muslim business, hadith by Prophet Muhammad. In the face of oppression, if there are three things that believers may do. You may end it by confronting it with your hands. You may condemn it with your tongue, or you may despise it in your mind. Blessed be the Mutulus and Shakurs of the world that took care of business with his hand. Mutulu left us for going into captivity in 1988. And ironically, it's around the time that I was given the task of what became the first book party in this country, in Jersey, no less, for somebody who's not here by the name of Shakur. So, in honor of those who are still not here, I want to bring her into the room. Back then, when I did that, I lifted up this little piece that she wrote. And I want us to do this together if we may. It's called The Tradition. I know y'all ain't y'all full of it, but I want y'all to just do this one time. Let's do it for Mutulu. When I raise my hand, y'all gonna say carry on. All right with that? Yes, sir. Now we're gonna turn my head or grab the mic. When I raise my hand, y'all gonna say carry on. Carry it on now, carry it on. Carry it on. Carry it on now, carry it on. Carry on the tradition. There were black people since the childhood time who carried it on. In Ghana and Mali and Timbuktu, we carried it on. Carried on the tradition. We hid in the bush when the slave masters came, holding spears. And when the moment was right, leaders, last the lifeblood of our would-be masters, we carried on slave ships, hurling ourselves into oceans, slitting throats of our captives. We took their wits and their ships. Blood flowed in the Atlantic, and it wasn't all ours. We carried on. Fed mystic arsenic apple pies. Stole axes from the shed, went and chopped off master's head. We carried it on. Ran before the organizer railroad, underground railroad
Everybody remember. Okay, so this will conclude the finale of the Celebration of Life tour for my dear uncle, Dr. Mutulu Shakur. I will ask that because we are in this space, there's only one custodian here, and I was just told that he's getting ready to leave shortly. So we're going to need everyone, yes, to clean up. As the Black Creed says, make this place more beautiful and beneficial than when we inherited. Okay? Ashe. Thank you all. Peace, love, get home safe. Thank you for coming. Straight ahead. And there are also good bags on the way out.